Guys, hello, Sikame.
Hello, good afternoon, and sorry for being late.
Hello, Sikame.
Hello, good afternoon, me.
Yes, good afternoon. Can
Good
you
afternoon,
see
everybody.
my screen?
Yeah,
Yes,
now we
good luck
can.
to
Yeah,
all.
great.
Thank you.
Can you hear? Is that fine?
Yeah, it's there. It's there. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so shall we start?
Yeah, please. Over to you.
Okay, so welcome everyone. Welcome to the 9th webinar organized by the U-innovate Steering Committee. The topic or the focus today is education for entrepreneurship. It will be presented by our two speakers, Mrs. Haifa Majdoub and Mrs. Brunazzi. I don't know whether I'm spelling this right, I'm pronouncing this right. Well, they will be telling us about their experience and their partnership. Okay, I don't know, shall we present the speakers right now?
What about giving us a few, a reminder about the housekeeping rules?
Okay, before presenting the speakers. All right. Yeah. Well, so let's share some recommendations, same recommendations actually. So for attendees, you need to mute your mics. Let me share this on the screen, just a second. Okay. All right, so please mute your mics during the presentations and use the chat box for questions or comments that you might have. Later on, you will have, after the speaker finishes, you will have 10 minutes to ask questions. By the end of the meeting, there will be, you will have a link to a quiz that you need to answer to get your attendance certificate. That's all I guess. Okay, so for the speakers, some recommendations as well, not recommendations, but just a reminder that you have 20 or 25 minutes to present your work or your experience, and then you will have 10 minutes to listen to our attendees to their questions, okay? And try to answer them. Yes, that's it, okay? There will be, I need to say this, of course, there will be a recorded version of this webinar, and it will be available later on YouTube. So again, just please mute your mics. Both audio and video, okay? And you will have a chance to ask questions later on as soon as the speaker or the speakers finish, okay? All right.
Just a remark, please, Mrs.
Yes,
Orgati.
Yes, all right.
It's a co-presentation, so we can have more than 20 minutes. It's fine. You can have even 40 if you wish. It's okay. It's fine.
I just thought 20 minutes for each, right?
So together, 40 minutes.
Yeah. So for each speaker, as I don't know, we just used to do that. 20, 25 minutes for each speaker, not for both. Okay. All right. So Mrs. Haifa Majdoub, I guess many of you already know her. So she's a senior EFL teacher with more than 15 years of experience. She holds a master's degree in instructional technology, and she's passionate about teaching and educational technology. She's also a Microsoft Innovative Educator expert, a trainer, and an eTwinning ambassador. She is awarded a number of prizes. Yes, many prizes indeed. She is an awardee in the Pedagogical Innovation Contest in 2015. She also took part in the Tech Age Teachers Tunisia, an IREX program, and was one of the finalists. She is also an active member of the eTwinning community, and she won the eTwinning National Prize in 2018 of the secondary school category for new eTwinners. She is also an eTwinning European Prize awardee, and that was in 2019. Amazing. So many prizes for our speaker, Mrs. Haifa Majdoub. Excellent. Nice to meet you, Mrs. Haifa, and thank you for being with us. Okay, so the floor is yours, Mrs. Haifa. Are you there with us?
Excuse me, Mrs. Zargati. Before that, you need to introduce our second speaker, Mrs. Mariela, too, because as I told you, it's a collaborative project, so they are going to present it together.
At the same time? Okay, I thought she will have some time later on for herself. All right.
Let's do it now, or not to interrupt them later on.
Okay, all right. Okay. I don't know whether Si Habibi is here. Yes, Mr. Cherny? Are you here with us? I don't know, I just thought I would ask him to present our speaker, but it's okay. Hello, yes, Sahbi?
I think Sir Habib is not here with us. Just go ahead.
All right, okay. So Mrs. Mariella Bruanzi is a teacher of English language and culture in the Technical Vocational School in Italy. She is interested in innovative teaching methods and tools to actively engage students in lessons and increase their participation. She is currently attending online courses, mainly on 21st century teaching strategies offered by the European School Innet Academy, the Teacher Academy, at the School Education Gateway, U-innovate, as well as the Microsoft Education Platform. She has been recognized as a Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert as well since 2018, and she has gained a large experience in managing and planning U-innovate and Erasmus Plus projects, in particular in the areas of education and training. Nice. Okay, so welcome to both speakers. The floor is yours, yes, to tell us about the experience.
Say hello to Mariella, Mrs. Zorgati.
Yes, Mariella.
Say
hello
to Mariella in italiano. Buonasera, signora Mariella Brunazzi, benvenuta.
Grazie, buonasera.
Thank you. Welcome. Okay, so Mrs. Mariella and Mrs. Haifa, there you are. You can start.
Okay, thank you for having us. Me and my co-founder of the project, my partner in the U-innovate project, we were partners into successful projects, let's say. And I think, can I share my screen?
Sure, yes, you can.
Should start.
Yeah.
I think you need to stop sharing first, Mrs. Zorgati.
Yeah, done.
I think it's coming.
Yes,
yeah,
okay,
I guess so.
Because in my screen it is frozen. I don't know. I can't move my
display.
Cursor. Yes, I can't move my cursor.
Black screen. Yeah, we can see the cursor. I don't know. just the cursor and black screen. So, yeah, there you are. Okay.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. There you are.
Scusate, devo parlare adesso.
Okay, who is sharing the screen? Is it me?
No screen is shared right now.
And what about now?
Please try again. It was there, but not now.
I will stop
Yes.
again.
Okay, there you are. Okay, we can see it now. Now, please stay on your presentation, right? And it will display here.
Yes. Okay.
Just
here.
keep it. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. You're sharing your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, it's coming.
Okay. Okay, sorry for not sharing the pics earlier. I got them on the slides, but I just didn't share them. So there we are. Mrs. Mariella, Mrs. Haifa.
And it seems that I have a problem. Yes, I think it's coming now.
I guess so. It's updating.
It's too slow. Sorry, I think it's because of my internet connection. I'm having some trouble, so maybe I will refresh. Or do you hear me?
Yes, we do. So just to please stay on that tab, education for entrepreneurship presentation. Stay there because you have some tabs that are open. You were there, maybe check in your Gmail inbox. So just close all the tabs and keep the only one for the presentation, right?
It doesn't respond. So I think yes, here it is. Hi.
Yes.
Okay. Very slow. So it happened. Application in, sorry for making you wait, but I think I will use the browser application because I'm using that one in my desktop. So that's why it is very slow and it makes my computer really slow.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
So maybe I will quit and come back again. Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay, no problem. We can seize the opportunity to learn some Italian. I see Mr. G was good. Okay, we'll be doing that.
We have a native speaker now. Maybe you can ask her by the end of the session to teach us some words. I'm wondering whether she got the presentation offline. Because it seems that she's working on the Canva website. She's there and she got problems with
Sorry.
internet. Mrs. Majdoub? Maybe Mrs. Majdoub can help. Yes, Mrs. Haifa?
You hear me?
Yes, right now. Yes.
Yes. There is a lag in my computer. It keeps going and loading in the computer. I can't handle the cursor.
Yeah, we can see that.
What if you share the link to the presentation with Mrs.
Yes.
Brunazzi or with us? I don't know.
Yes,
And one of
Mariella,
us
can you
to
share
try
the link
to- yeah.
in the chat box?
Can she hear us? I don't know whether she can hear us.
An iPad and I need some time to. I thought Alpha could manage. Okay.
I sent it by email. Just if you can.
Okay, I'll open my email. Okay, so just a moment.
Yeah, great. Our savior.
Yes, I have it. I'm sharing it in the chat. Okay, just a moment. Okay, yeah. Okay, you should have it now.
Yeah, I can see the link.
Yes, it's in the chat box.
Yeah, I've just clicked on that on the Canva
So
website.
that's the plan B that you were talking about.
Shall I share that?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Can you see my screen?
No.
Not yet.
What about now?
I can't see the presentation.
Okay, let me try again. I just clicked on screen sharing, but it seems that it's not working.
Yeah, try again. Never lose hope.
Okay, yes. No. I'm on.
Shall I try to share it?
Okay, yes.
I'll try.
Please. Okay, please do. I'll stop sharing. This is Mariella's screen.
I don't know if you can see now. It's still loading.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work. No, sorry.
No.
So Mrs. Zorgati, try to do that again because
Okay.
it was calm, you know.
Yeah, okay. Can you see it now?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So,
Just move to the next one, Madame Zorgati.
okay.
Move to the third slide.
All
Because
right.
it's the same problem with loading, I guess.
All
Just
right.
move on to the third one, please.
Is this what you mean?
Yeah, yes, yeah. I mean, this, I think it's okay now.
All right.
It's up to the presenters to confirm.
Yeah. Mrs. Majdoub? Yes, please. Yes, Mariella, can you see the screen?
Yes. Yes,
All
I
right.
can.
All right. So you can just ask me to move on anytime you want a different slide, okay?
Okay.
All right.
And so Haifa should start.
Okay, so Haifa, yes. Yes, Mrs. Majdoub, are you with us? I just saw her
No,
earlier. She just
she's
left.
not here.
Yeah. Maybe just
Haifa is not with us.
yeah, just internet problems. She will be back.
But I think they've got a Menti activity or something about Mentimeter somewhere.
It's up to Mariella, I guess, to decide that.
It was created by Haifa, so
She got the link. Yeah,
Yes.
see. I see.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, she's back.
Yeah, she's back. Okay. Yes, Mrs. Majdoub, can you please start?
Yes,
All right.
here
yes,
I am.
please. Good. There you are. So Mariella says that you should start. Okay.
Okay, yes, that's what we agreed on.
All right.
I'm normally sharing my screen.
Right now, maybe because mine was there. Would you please share yours? Okay, so it's working. Okay, keep yours. All right.
Okay, I will keep it as it is. So welcome again. Sorry for the trouble and for making you wait. So as it was announced, and as you can see on the screen, the topic of our presentation is about education for entrepreneurship. And today's topic is particularly important for those of you who are enthusiastic about the idea of infusing entrepreneurship into education, or those of you who are just curious about the concept. So before going any further, let's see what are your expectations from joining today's webinar. And I posted earlier in the chat box a Mentimeter link. So you just open another tab in your browser, or use your phones. If you are using your phones to attend this webinar, you can open Google and just type in www.menti.com and enter the code 1996 99 89, and let's see, share with me and with Mariella and all the audience, what are your expectations from joining this webinar. So here is the Menti normally. It's the screen.
Can you please display the code again?
All right. So here is the code. I shared it in the chat if...
Okay, good.
So it is 1996, 9989. Maybe I would type that in the chat again. So that would be
Yes,
easier.
done.
Copy
Thank
and
you.
paste.
Yes,
All right.
Thanks.
So nobody is in the Menti. I think, do they have problems? If you have problem to log into the website, can you write what is your problem in the chat, or just type in what are your expectations from joining today's webinar in the chat box? So if it is easier for you. Because up to now, nobody can logged into.
I guess I did.
Okay, then
Can't see
maybe
that.
it's no, because over here I can see if there is somebody who is.
Yeah, sure.
Nobody is there.
Okay, we'll try again.
Ah, okay. So they found the question of what is entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
maybe
so
you're
I will-
sharing
Me
code
too.
to
Yeah.
your mentee.
And I answered, yeah.
So mentee.
I think that you shared the code to another mentee.
Now it's the same, but they are two. There are two slides in that mentee. So I will check and. So I shared the link. Try it. Otherwise, you can type in the chat what are your expectations from joining this webinar.
Okay. So again, it's what is entrepreneurship and not what are your expectations, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not the right link, I guess.
Okay, then no
Okay,
problem.
just on the chat box.
Yes, just on the chat. Okay, maybe using the English language in business. I can see that someone wrote that in the chat, Mrs. Habiba Labidi. Okay. Okay, the intersections between project management and language learning. Okay, Mrs. Lemay. Education and business. Okay. So I see that education and business, and there is project management and language learning using the English language in business. Okay, so good. So today with my partner Mariella, we are going to shed, we'd like to shed light on the topic of education for entrepreneurship through a practical example of a project we launched in the school year 2019 and 2020. And so we will share with you how we planned our talk today. So we will start by defining what entrepreneurial education is, and share with you some of the entrepreneurial competencies that education for entrepreneurship is meant to develop, and the impact of entrepreneurial education on improving academic performance. And at the end, we will end by sharing with you some of the activities of our collaborative e-twinning project that is called the e-twinpreneurs. So entrepreneurship in education, I guess you answered it, the question, what is entrepreneurship? And here are your answers. Good. So I can see business, taking the initiative, opportunity, managing project, cooperation, activity, job, enterprise, mutuality, language role, profit, new business, leadership, sharing, projects. Okay, good. So, okay, so I see business written in really big size. So this means that many of you have written or wrote the same word many times. So many people thought that entrepreneurship is mainly about business. And this is the idea that we want to focus on. In our project, we didn't think about entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurship for education is not just about business, and is not mainly about business. Actually, this is a narrow definition of the word entrepreneurship. So let's see what entrepreneurship is. So entrepreneurship is when you act upon opportunities and ideas and transform them into value for others. The value that is created can be financial, cultural, or social. So business is just one aspect of entrepreneurship, actually. So mainly entrepreneurship is creating some kind of value for whether it is financial, cultural, or social. So this is what we want to focus on our presentation, and what education for entrepreneurship is actually about. So, and there is a kind of ambiguity, because this is a common idea that people have about entrepreneurship, that it is mainly about business and financial profit. So we move on now to defining entrepreneurial education. So it's about content, methods, and activities supporting the creation of knowledge, competencies, and experiences that make it possible for students to initiate and participate in entrepreneurial value creating processes. So again, anything that is related, any method, any activities, any knowledge, competences, and experiences or initiatives that make students participate in creating value, and that needs to be in a process, that takes a process. So let's have a look at what are the entrepreneurial competencies. So here is a framework for the entrepreneurial competencies. There are three axes: entrepreneurial knowledge, entrepreneurial skills, and entrepreneurial attitudes. And entrepreneurial knowledge is declarative entrepreneurship knowledge. It is procedural entrepreneurship knowledge. It's knowledge about oneself as entrepreneurial. And skills, students can, or entrepreneurial education can develop some skills like marketing, strategy, resource acquisition, opportunity identification or creation, learning skills, interpersonal skills and leadership skills, collaborative skills and creativity. And also it develops the students' attitudes, and students develop some attitudes related to entrepreneurship, developing an entrepreneurial passion, self-efficacy, an entrepreneurial identity, proactiveness, perseverance, uncertainty and ambiguity tolerance. That is accepting failure as a springboard for another experience and for a new start. So let's see together what is the impact, or why is entrepreneurial education important, and we are talking about it today because we think that entrepreneurial education has an impact on improving students' academic performance, not just their cognitive skills, non-cognitive skills. Sorry. So here is a diagram. So these are the intersections or the interactions between different factors that impact the academic performance of students. So I think I might. So it depends on the instructional designs in your classroom and schools, and the grading structure, the students' relationships, and the background. So it is related to the students, to the academic mindset that students have. So I don't belong. If the student thinks it can act on students' attitudes, it gives them a sense of belonging to the community they are studying in, and then motivates them to put on more effort on what they are doing if they are into an entrepreneurial activity. Then the student says, when they think or that their ability and competence doesn't grow with their effort, that helps them to perform when they are into an entrepreneurial activity. They will try to put a lot of effort in that and changing their mindset. And then there is a relation with academic perseverance. If it gives them a great and tenacity when they work in group, there is a kind of dynamic that is created, and the students can carry on. So here are the 5 dimensions. Academic, it has an impact on their academic behavior. It can impact it positively or negatively, but we aim to make it positive. And it has also an impact on their learning strategies and their social skills, which at the end all contribute to having an impact on the academic performance of the students. So here are also some features of entrepreneurial education, with a comparison of entrepreneurial education to some, to some pedagogical approaches. So there is, in entrepreneurial education, you can see all the boxes checked. So it has a major focus on problems, on opportunities, if you compare it to problem-solving approach or a project-based approach or service learning. And the focus is more on opportunities, authenticity, artifact creation, iterative experimentation, students fail and try again, real-world interaction, value creation to external stakeholder. That's what we are going to show you later on. Teamwork, work across extended periods of time, so project can take periods of 1 year or even more. Newness, innovation, innovativeness, and the risk of failure. All of these are checked. So if you compare them to the other, so this pedagogy or entrepreneurial education is really extensive. Okay, so before moving to the case study, which is the sharing of some of our project Entrepreneur activities. So let me tell you a little bit about what is eTwinning. So it is a community of teachers from Europe and some neighboring countries. You can see here that there are over 900,000 teachers that are part of that community, and over 200,000 schools that are also registered with over 100,000 projects. So this amount is showing how important the eTwinning community is. And the eTwinning community is part of a project, a program co-founded by the Erasmus Plus, in the European Program for Education and Training, Youth and Sport. And Tunisia has been part of this program since 2013. So the eTwinning community in Tunisia counts about 2,176 teachers with 876 schools that are enrolled in this program, and it is under the supervision of the Ministry of Education in Tunisia and the Center of the National Center of Technology of Education, le CNTE, and that is our national support organization, supervised by Mrs. Ahlem Ben Ali, who is responsible for the pedagogical application of this program in Tunisia. So I'll give the floor to Mariella. She will carry on presenting the project, and then I will take over. Mariella.
Thank you. So as said earlier, HIFA and I have been collaborating for eTwinning projects since the school year 2017-2018. And last school year, we had the idea to plan this project, which could help our students develop entrepreneurial skills, which are required in every field in the labor market. When we started working, we were still having usual lessons at school and had all the tools and useful contacts which would have been necessary to implement the project at its best. In the project, other schools were involved as well, not only the one from Tunisia and Italy, but also a school from Romania and one from Jordan. And two other schools tried to join us in the project. They had some difficulties due to the pandemic, and they were a school from Germany and one from Hungary. Locally, my class was already involved in provincial projects named Talent Scout and Undertake, aimed at preparing students for their future entry into the labor market. And my students had a few meetings with experts. The specific aims of our e-twinning project was developing the students' English language skills, but not only that, obviously, also developing the students' life skills and their entrepreneurial knowledge, skills and attitudes. As I said, the students at my school, because now I'm going to give you some information about what happened at my school. They had the opportunity to meet a group of young entrepreneurs called the Ruderoli, volunteers that collected waste in their village and surrounding areas, and try to raise awareness about environmental degradation and the need to take action. The meeting was successful, and my students were motivated, very motivated, and started writing down some ideas about changes that could be introduced at school if approved. But unfortunately, in February, the school was closed down because of the medical emergency. Anyway, the project went on, and it was at this point that the entrepreneurial spirit emerged and developed. And in this case, I'm not just talking about my students, but I'm talking about all the students that were involved in the project. We teachers decided to organize meetings with the students, and the students talked and decided to do something to help their peers, but also people at large, to stay positive in this exceptional situation and adopt a safe and responsible behavior during the quarantine. In international groups, they made a video, and this was a sort of social campaign. And they also planned a blog with the recipes. We organized other meetings with entrepreneurs, and these were online meetings. And the project didn't stop just last year. As a partnership, it stopped by my students, went on working on it, and they have continued in the current school year with a campaign in favor of local restaurateurs, because the lockdown has affected this category a lot. And just today, two of my students who were part of this project told me that they would like to start their own business when they finish school, and they will finish at the end of June. And they already have an idea of what they would like to do. They would like to give life to a comic shop with a snack bar inside it. So I think it was one of the best outcomes of our project. And other positive aspects of the project were the enthusiasm and the commitment shown by the students. And this allowed them to develop the skills that we had set at the beginning, and also to achieve the competencies. And another great result was the fact that they felt the real protagonists of the project. And now let's have a look at the project in details. Aifa, if you could go back to the beginning of the presentation where so if you could go back where I had to start. So we'll go into the details of the project. Okay, so as I said, we started with meetings with entrepreneurs because it was important for the students to meet young people who had started their own business and that were successful, so that they could see that it was possible for young people to achieve something concrete and important, and so they had an example, and they could start believing that one day they could be where those persons, people are now. Okay, next. The next. Okay, what were the objectives of these activities? That is, of the activity of inviting these young entrepreneurs. First of all, stimulate youth entrepreneurship, then make students aware of the skills that they needed to start their own activities, and these skills are, first of all, the ability to generate ideas, to identify potential opportunities, to plan their own business, to carry out market analysis and assessment, to manage risks, to develop resilience, which is very important because, you know, when you start a business or a social campaign, anything that, any activity, you may face difficulties, and you have to be resilient and keep on doing. Then also the skill of working with other people in teams, and also to create a net of contacts. Then obviously they had to realize that also creativity and innovation are important, and other soft skills. And it was important, as I said, to invite these young entrepreneurs to give concrete examples. Okay. The results were obviously the fact that we managed to organize on-site visits before the pandemic, online meetings during the pandemic, with consequent interviews, discussions, and then the start of our students' initiatives. Okay, here we have the link to some of the interviews. Maybe we can just show the first one.
I'm not sure that the sound is going to work on my computer and the browser I'm using.
Okay. This is the meeting that my students had when they were still at school, and they met the group of young entrepreneurs that have started collecting garbage in their village and the surrounding area. Yes, we can move to the next slide because actually it's not possible to hear. And an activity that was planned during the implementation of the project was the creation of a blog. And why a blog? Because the situation was quite sad, and my students who are attending a cookery course had the idea of creating this blog to share the recipes and also the recipes of local dishes, and also to show how to prepare them. And they invited all the students in the project to do the same. And so this blog is a collection of recipes from different countries. And the idea was to make the quarantine tastier. The objectives were, as I said, to make the quarantine tastier, to relieve the burden of the confinement, to make it more bearable, improve the mood, infuse energy, and as for our students, to feel useful. And the concrete result was that the students managed to create the blog. They created it collaboratively, and they exchanged their recipes. They also made a recipe ebook, and they disseminated the result, their products on social media. So they also started a social media campaign. Okay, here you can see our blog. In the blog, you can watch videos made by the students while preparing the dishes. And okay, then if I suppose we'll share the presentation with you all, and you'll have the opportunity to have a look at it from your computer, since it's not possible now to show the videos. I suppose the audio is not good, and so we can't. Okay. Next. Here my students had recorded some of their impressions about the project. They were all satisfied, as I said. It was a great experience for them. They were very proud of being part of it. They also wrote a report for the school e-magazine, and this report was also published, and it is the articles were published in a local newspaper. So they were really proud of the work they had done. Hi-Fi, I don't know if it's possible to play the recording because of the audio. Okay, we can't hear Hi-Fi, so So Haifan will now talk about the video that the students made all together. And this was another activity that was planned during the project.
Okay, thank you, Mariella.
You're welcome.
We'll share the, yes, thank you for your presentation. We will share it with the audience later on in the chat, and they will have a broader idea about what we were talking about. Okay, so I will start sharing the activities, some parts of the activities we conducted that my students took part in during the project. So, and here I'm talking about the activity of launching a campaign and making the lockdown period a little bit brighter and making the feeling of anxiety that was spread during that period a little bit lighter. So during that activity, my learners were active, proactive citizens, since they involved other people in their campaign, not only the students, people from their school and people from the community on a broader sense. They were the protagonists of their learning, and they managed the different meetings they had, and they shared posts on the social media that you will see later, and they were the decision makers. They decided what to do and the different steps they will they plan to do in the project together as different teams in teams. So this activity enabled us to set the context for communication in English in real context. It enabled us and our students to collaborate and to exchange ideas in a creative way. So the objective of the campaign was to collaborate online to help young people maintain a balanced mental health and well-being during the social distancing period. And there were different results. Obviously, the campaign video messages that the students recorded and invited other students and other people in the internet to share them. The students also wrote a collaborative script that they will later on turn into a short video clip with, and that will be put in one piece. All the students will videos will be pasted together just in one video. They exchanged correspondence with associations, wrote emails to people, wrote messages on social media to people to incite them to participate in their campaign. They created social media channels so that they spread their idea and make their campaign have a wider impact. And obviously they wrote social media posts almost on a daily basis from the period of I think end of March or April until June. So the work process, as you can see, they started by forming teams, international teams, during that to work and to plan the campaign and to have different ideas about the different tasks or the activities they will do. They organized meetings to decide about the activities. They managed, I said earlier, their meetings by themselves. We teachers were invited to their meetings. They wrote a collaborative script. They contacted influencer. Actually, each team was responsible about a type of activity. There were the media designers, those responsible about video editing and making the videos and putting all the videos in files, etc. And there were the people who were responsible about managing the social media, different social media accounts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and contacting, writing emails to the different actors that were involved. And there was, of course, the team of the designers, those who designed posters and wrote the posts that will be shared later on the social media accounts. So they contacted influencers and associations by correspondence. They recorded video messages on Flipgrid. On those videos, actually there were two kinds of videos. One video that was which script was written in a collaborative way, and in which the students shared their anxiety and how the period was a difficult one, and then how they incite other people and how they should become positive at the end by projecting themselves in the future, seeing it in a brighter way, seeing themselves as professionals at the end. Each one shared a message with the job he wants to have in the future. And about recording the videos, the video messages on Flipgrid, this activity consisted in students sharing how they spent their day in confinement in a way that encourages other students to participate by sharing some creative videos of the activities they performed during their day during the lockdown. Of course, as I said, they created social media channels and posted some posts on a daily basis. So there were different actors in this activity, ensuring inclusion. So there were the students, obviously, their mates from other schools. Family members also participated, association members, and here namely the association, the Tunisian Association of Language Sign Interpreters, and some special needs students from Italy and from Jordan, and some influencers, as my students like to call them, people that they follow on social media, whether they're teens or other people that are on their social network, who have a wide number of followers. So here are the different social media channel names, and this is the first post that the students shared on social media to announce that they are launching a campaign that they called "How I Get Through COVID-19" and inciting other people to participate. Here is a link to the Flipgrid. Unfortunately, we can't hear, but I'm gonna share just the first video because it doesn't have really, the student is not speaking, it's just, okay, it's working. Okay, so many other ideas that were shared by the students. So you will find their links also in the presentation once we share it. And here we come to the product that is that I would qualify as the most important one in the project, that more than 30 pupils collaborated to create. And it's a video. Here the students share different messages, and all the messages were combined into one piece and one video, so that at the end they will incite people at the end of that video to take part in that campaign. So the video is called The Silver Lining. Maybe I could share the link in the chat box. And if it is possible, Mrs. Atwi or Mrs. Orgati, if it is possible, you share it. I stop sharing and you share it so that people can look at it, because this is really a very good activity.
Shall we share that in the U-innovate Facebook group?
As you like.
Thank you.
You can do it right now too.
Yes, that's what I meant actually. So I shared it in the chat box. If it is possible, because my audio doesn't work if I'm
Okay, I try to share my screen then.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm trying.
Shall I also try?
Just give me a second, please.
Yes, it's coming. I think someone is sharing something.
Yes, I've just tried that. Can you see it?
Can you see that?
Yes. Yes. Okay, good.
Yes.
Ciao. Buona.
عسلامة.
مرحبا.
We are Generation Z, a generation with the highest expectation, dreams and goals. We are a generation born with high technology, a generation that is immersed in technology.
We are a generation with a strong sense of entitlement and responsibility, a generation with an intention on activism and rebellion.
We adapted to the current technological advance and the rise of social media. We use it for the benefit of our society. We are Generation Z, the pioneers of a new era.
That's why we have to join forces to get through COVID-19 crisis effects on people's mental health and well-being.
I get through COVID-19 by connecting with all my relatives and family members. That makes me feel secure.
I get through COVID-19 by spending this bad period of time with my family.
Hi, I'm Karim, and I'm here to tell you some advice for the quarantine because you have to stay at home. But if you are at home, you can cook different recipes, like ours, or you can use your phone to know new people.
To enjoy this period at home, we can read some books and listen to our favorite music to relax our brain and make it busy. We can do some physical activity with our family. For example, we can do some stretching. And to stay healthy, we have to eat healthier than when we had a normal lifestyle.
I get through COVID-19 by keeping busy watching TV, practicing sport, cooking, and avoiding the news.
You might be feeling stressed and anxious, but just to let you know, you're not alone. We are all in the same boat, and we're trying to overcome this unwanted feeling of stress and anxiety by standing strong and still.
We all have dreams and ambitions. We're all full of hope and optimism. So we're not letting this crisis take the hope from us or deprive us from fulfilling over our dreams.
I want to be a sustainable cook and help protect the environment.
I wanted to be an engineer so that I can invent high-tech stuff.
I want to be an artist so I can make life cheerful and bright.
I want to be a fashion designer because I love clothes.
I want to become a programmer because I want to create websites and games.
I want to become an entrepreneur because I want to retire early.
I want to be a game developer so I can make cool games and entertain you.
In the future, I want to become a doctor because I want to save people and give them a second chance to life.
I want to be a programmer because I love programming and it's one of my biggest passions.
I want to become a SWAT team member because I want to help people that feel unsafe and are in danger.
Hello, I'm Gabriel and I want to become a kinesiotherapist because my passion is to save people.
I want to be a professional chef so I can make the best food.
Please stay home. It's everybody's responsibility to end this crisis.
It's everybody's responsibility to end this crisis, so stay home.
Stay home.
We are all into this.
Stay at home and respect the safety guideline.
Stay home.
Please stay at home. Stay home. It's everybody's responsibility to end this crisis.
Stay home. It's everybody's responsibility to end this crisis.
It's everybody's responsibility to end this crisis. We are all into this.
Stay at home.
Stay home.
We are launching How I Get Through COVID-19 challenge. This challenge consisted of filming a short video with the hashtag How I Get Through COVID-19, which you share the activity you do to pass time during quarantine and advise on how to stay productive and positive. Share your contribution in the Philip Gate. In the end of this video, you find it. It is linked in the description. Thank you. Bye.
We are launching the How I Get Through COVID-19 challenge. This challenge consists of filming short video with the hashtag How I Get Through COVID-19, in which you share your activity to pass your time during the quarantine and advise how to stay positive and productive.
Hi everyone, I hope that you're doing well. My name is Hyder and this is my first video speaking in English. So, I'm here to announce my partnership with eTwinning, which is a group of international students who aim to inspire to change something. I really want to thank them for choosing me to be part of this project. So, let's go. Good morning. This is me being an asshole and almost take my eye out. Breakfast already done and now let's move to work. If you want to flex by saying you are a hard color, here's your chance. First, go to Google. Search for free Harvard online courses and then click on the top link. And here you are. And let's finish my course. So guys, this is basically how my day looks like during the confinement. Like everyone, I know it's a little bit boring, but we have to get through COVID-19. My advice for you guys is to dream big. Think outside the box. Just do the things that you didn't do before and learn something new every day. We are launching How to Get Through COVID-19 challenge, and this challenge consists of filming a short video with the hashtag How to Get Through COVID-19, in which you share the activities to do to pass time during quarantine and advice on how to stay productive and positive. Share your contribution in the third grade at the end of this video, and you will find its link in the description. See you soon, guys. Kisses.
Okay, so it was the first collaborative video, and there is another link that I shared in the chat box also, which is a second edition of the same concept, but this time the students thought of including people with special needs and who have speech impairments. So they thought about spreading the messages in sign languages, and for this reason, they contacted the Tunisian Association of Sign Language Interpreters, which really volunteered to participate. And some other students from Jordan and from Italy also participated in that video. So may I share the link again?
Yes, please. Thank you.
That was what? That was the link to Canva, not to the video. Just a second, sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
While waiting, Mrs. Reem Al-Hazi maybe has a question.
Shouldn't we wait for Mrs. Majdoub to finish?
Okay.
I shared the link of the video in the chat box.
Thanks.
اني هكا نحب نحمقك باش نولي اخر شيء. Sorry to interrupt. I thank you so much for inviting me to this meeting. I'm sorry it's a bit late here in Italy, and I have to say goodbye. So thank you so much.
Grazie mille, Mariella. We'll keep in touch with you. Thank you.
Okay, grazie. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Bye.
much. You can watch the recording later for the end.
Thank you so much. I will do that.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
How about the video, Mrs. Sargati? Is it working?
Shall we? Yes, it is. Can't you want me to share that right now?
Yes.
Okay. Can't you see it?
Not
No?
yet. No. Yes, here it is.
Okay.
Is it possible to put that full screen?
Is it just sign language?
Yes. And at the end, there's going to be one student with Down syndrome talking at the end.
Excellent idea.
Wonderful, yeah.
Then the student was at the beginning. The Italian student was at the beginning. A student with Down syndrome. She was talking also in another video.
This one?
Just right. Yes. And the student was really excited to see that her video was put with all the videos, and it was she was really excited about that.
Yeah.
This. Okay. Thanks. So that was about the special edition of the video.
Amazing.
Okay, so I have here some of my students' testimonials if we still have time. One student maybe if it is possible, if you agree,
Video
of course.
also? Is it video again?
It's an audio. It's a link.
Mm-hmm.
Second. I'm sharing it in the chat since I can't open the audio when I'm on Teams.
I can't see that. Okay, there you are.
I just shared it.
On SoundCloud, yes. Ahmed?
Yes. So he shared a testimonial about his experience in that project. And also I have another student, but unfortunately it's on my computer and it's not shared online.
Yeah.
So.
Can you hear him?
No.
I do. I'm wondering about other colleagues, whether they can hear him. Shall I stop sharing then, if you can't hear him?
Yeah, please. Need to include the sound when you share your screen.
It's not working. The sound is not working for me, at least.
Oh, what about other colleagues? I can hear him well.
No, I can't hear him.
Okay. Okay, it's okay anyway. We'll, I don't know. He just finished.
Got the link to the audio so we can listen to it at our own time?
Yes.
Yes.
I think he's there.
Okay, yes, if it doesn't work, it's not a problem. Then the link is
Yes,
shared in
no.
the chat box.
Okay, thanks. It's working for me, but I don't know. I might have a technical problem. I can hear him well, but not
It's
you. So
the same problem as me. So it's the same problem. I can hear audios, but when I share them, people can't hear them.
okay. All right. Yes. So
So just a final thing that I wanted to share with you, if you allow me to share my screen.
Sure. Yeah.
So you heard all the influencers and speakers talking about a Flipgrid, and where students and people shared some short videos. So if you see my screen, people can students and participants who volunteered to participate in that activity shared the videos in the Flipgrid, as I said, and you see how the number of engagement of views. So there were 3,560 views. There were 69 responses, and the total of engagement in hours was 37 hours, 29 minutes. So that was a huge number. And actually, I want to say that Flipgrid is an amazing tool for teachers to use in education. It is safe. You can use it for assessment. You can use it for flipping classroom, blended learning. So it has a lot of many important and interesting uses. So here we come to the end of our presentation. So here are the references. I'm sharing with you some of the references we used in this presentation. And so feel free to share your feedback if you want to ask some questions for clarification about a few things if you wish.
Thank you.
Thank you
I'm wondering
having
whether
me,
some
and
colleagues have got some questions for you, Mrs. Haifa. Any questions? So if you got questions, you can raise your hand or type it in the chat box. Yes. Mr. Kemal said earlier that Mrs. Rimolhazi has got a question, and we just postponed that to the end.
I think she's not.
She's not with us.
She left. She was.
Did she? Yes, Mrs. Walhazi.
Actually, she left us. So.
Yeah. Okay, so
very
if there are no,
we can't thank you enough, Mrs. Majdoub, and also your partners, Mrs. Brunazi, and all the other teachers who worked with you, all the students. You really gave us a concrete example of how to develop students' life skills and how to connect classroom to the outside world. I mean, through simple but effective activities. I really loved all of those activities and how you managed to turn the quarantine period into productive, how to say that? I mean, it was really very inspiring, very insightful, and I really can't find, I mean, the adjectives. All the positive adjectives should be, I mean, should describe this project. So really stand an ovation to all of you, and all our support, our encouragement, and I hope all the colleagues get inspired by what you're doing. You're really doing a great job. So thank you very much, Mrs. Mendoub. I mean, I feel emotions are getting over. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Bat. Thank you, and thank you to all the committee. And
thank you.
I don't
Before
know.
we wrap up, I'd like Mr. Sherny. Mr. Sherny, can you hear us? Yes, يا حبيب. Hello. So yes, Mr. Sherny, if you can hear us, please show up. No, he's there, but it seems that he can't hear us. Yes, so Mrs. Haifa, yes, please.
I would like to add one thing. I don't know if the relationship between the entrepreneurial skills and competencies and our project was clear enough during our presentation. So did you make the link between the theoretical part aspect that we presented at the beginning of the project, of the presentation, sorry, and the activities we presented to you? Was that clear? So there was some kind of value creation during the quarantine. And just to note that it was not that those activities that you watched were not the activities that were planned when we started the project. So when there was the virus and the lockdown, we found ourselves in a situation to shift completely with the project. So actually there were other activities that are planned, and obviously, unfortunately, that the students took the initiative to find other ideas to carry on their project, and this testifies of the entrepreneurial skills that we need to develop in the students, the resilience, not to stop in front of obstacles, and that's what they need actually. And they found the students really put on a lot of efforts, and the way I see them managing and handling their own meetings and their own conflicts together, and this makes me smile when I think back. So this feels like they were in a company and managing their own resources, managing their troubles, and having an objective to realize at the end with the value creation. The value creation was to make people who will participate, the people that will take part in their campaign, feel less depressed and less anxious. So I hope that was clear.
Absolutely, for me.
There is a question from Mrs. Nasri Munjia. She says, were the students or the pupils from both countries chosen according to age or abilities? Mrs. Nasri, actually, with all the partners, not just two countries, we are partners. There were partners from Libya in Tunisia, partners from Hamam Nymph, the school to which I belong, partners from Italy, partners from Romania that were really actively, Jordan also, that were actually really involved in all the activities of the project. And we chose the students who wanted to work with us. So Mrs. Mariella had her classes. She's teaching them English. I was teaching English. We had some computer science teachers with us. So that was how we involved our students. It's not about abilities, or it's more about the students' motivation to join the activities rather. And that works best when the students want to finish an activity, carry on an activity, because it's really hard work. So the students need to be willing to perform that activity. It's not imposed on them. And we do not think about really the abilities, okay? Because the objective of project work, and it's to develop those abilities. So later on, there will be some kind of progress and development at the end. So that's how we think about it.
Thank you. Can you read the other question by
Mrs.
Mrs.
Lemer?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good question. Actually, that when you embark in that journey and you don't know how is it going to be at the end, are you going to succeed? You put a lot of effort. You are very enthusiastic, and it doesn't depend on you. It depends on people. So the success of your work will not depend on the efforts you put in. It will depend on people involvement in that campaign, and how you are going to involve them was really the hard part, and that was resilience developing. So with in the students. So when if you see the number of messages they sent to many people, and the emails and the responses they just got a few responses compared to the number of correspondence they sent. So here again, it leads me to talk about the resilience skill. People who embark in an entrepreneurial journey need to have this skill, and our students unfortunately lack this skill. If they were resilient enough, there wouldn't be any school failure, there wouldn't be any unemployment, there wouldn't be so many negative things. So I think we should develop the sense of grit in our students and in our kids in general.
Yes, so it is a very important skill that they need to acquire.
And in one of the, as we mentioned earlier, we had a number of interviews with different entrepreneurs, and one of the examples was shared by Mrs. Brunati earlier, and unfortunately you couldn't hear it, but it was an entrepreneur who developed a startup, and later on he discussed in his interview with the students, with the Italian and Romanian students, that after developing his startup, he couldn't collect enough funds to carry on his project, and he was obliged to sell his business and go to a normal career, not an entrepreneur. It's important also that students learn from failure, and it's important that the message that was shared by that entrepreneur at the end was that it is not, you shouldn't see it as a failure, but as a pause and as a springboard for a new start. So that was another message that I liked to hear from that entrepreneur, and I would like that all students also hear when they embark in an entrepreneurial journey.
Yes. So again, that leads us to talk about resilience again. Can you read Mrs. Nasri's comment that priority is entrepreneurship?
Yes. So,
yes. Do you share?
Exactly.
I mean,
so
yeah.
It will vehicle other skills. So entrepreneurship will vehicle, when the students embark in that journey, as I said, a lot of things that will be implicitly infused and developed in the students. Their communication, collaboration, creativity, speaking, writing, a lot of things. So that was the umbrella, if you wish, if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, which encompass all the life skills. Yes. Any other questions? Okay, one more. How do you combine the videos, please? So this is asked for the second time, I guess, but I think that requires a whole session about that.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yes, Mrs. Majdoub.
Let me answer. Yes, let me answer.
Can you do that?
Sane,
Can you do that very quickly? Okay, good. All right. Okay, go on.
Yes, so just if you are handling, you can handle a video editing software, then you can collect all the videos in one folder and then start just pasting them in one piece. So that's the most important thing, or the only requirement is that you have your video editing software and the skills to handle that software.
Yes, so we may have a session about that and show that in detail to see how it works exactly. Okay. We may invite you, Mrs. Majdoub, to tell us how you do that.
Why not? Why
Yes.
not? Yes.
Yes, because Mrs. Sene keeps asking about that. Okay, so yes, thank you, Mrs. Sene. Okay, any other questions? Yes, so thanks, Mrs. Majdoub, for the mighty efforts indeed. I'm personally really impressed by the great ideas presented and how you could have young entrepreneurs and teach students in a way that makes them ready for the demands of the future job market by trying out plenty of things indeed, developing life skills through real experimentation, real world interaction, teamwork, real opportunities, and collaborating, networking with many actors during lockdown and even and all the time actually. This is really so inspiring.
Yes.
Yes, so
just
again,
a word of thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, please, Kamal.
So I would like to thank our presenters for their insightful presentation. It was really very inspiring, and they have given teachers options, and this is really bright. So thank you very much for the work, Mrs. Haifa and Gabriela. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks. That's really amazing. Yes, thanks for the dedication, for the motivation, for the creativity, for the time and effort you're making, for the collaborative spirit that you have. Thank you.
I might share just one link at the end if some teachers are interested in joining eTwinning, and we would be very happy if they do. So
Please
I will
do.
share a registration link.
Yeah. Is it open all the time? Because I
Yes,
know the
it's open
eTwinning
all the
registration
time.
is not. Good.
No, it is. It is open. You just fill in a free registration form, and then they will send you an email which you fill in with which teachers fill in with their with the school headmaster.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's
good.
It's not the correct
That
link.
would be interesting. Oh, that's Flipgrid again. Yes, thank you. We will share that in our U-innovate Facebook group. Okay.
Good. Thank you for having me, and thanks to all the audience who gave us from their time and were patient watching us up to now.
Watching and learning, actually.
Yes.
Have you shared the link? I can't see it.